Ja, hij is iets van nu. Nee, hij is nou weer goed. Nou gewoon goed uit.
Ja, we zijn live zo te zien. Eventjes een soundcheckje eerst doen. Zou je ook even wat willen zeggen, Tim?
Jazeker, Daniel. Dat gaan we gewoon doen.
Oké. Ah, kijk. Momentje.
Mm.
Yes. Okay. So here we are. Good evening, viewers. Tonight, the second race of the, what did we call it? The Driver Swap Sprint Series. The second race. I have a pretty quick guy with me tonight. Tim Troquet, or Troquet, as I like to call him. Which is completely wrong, but
We all like it.
Welcome, Tim.
Thanks,
as I
Daniel.
say, pretty quick guy, which is amazing for me because I'm actually pretty slow. So I'm gonna definitely ask you for your semi-professional opinion about what's happening on the track.
I wouldn't call it professional, but let's try to help out and give some views from my perspective.
Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay, so the qualifying just started. We just had the driver's briefing by Menno, who also is driving tonight. So let's take a look at the guys going out of the pit lane, and let's see if I can refresh my screen here for a bit.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting event, I think, on Silverstone. It's a beautiful track. Fast corners, slow corners, and basically everything is in the track. So looking forward to this race. To be fair.
Yeah, it's a very historic track as well, right?
Looks like a busy grid today. 38 teams.
Yeah, exactly. 38 teams. So yeah, unfortunately, again, a couple of people weren't able to log in. It's always a bit of a technical challenge to log in the right order and have your registration on the SimGrid in order as well. Because if anything is off, then you're not going to be able to log in. Unfortunately, we have two teams who won't be able to join tonight. And the last race, of course, we had a bit of a tragedy with the, if I recall correctly, let me just stand for a second. We had a couple of guys who were really far in front of the field, but unfortunately they also had that little problem with logging in. So it turned out that our second driver wasn't logged in, and they had to give up. So if that wouldn't have happened, they would probably won the race by a large margin.
Yeah, that's pretty disappointing, to be fair. I would also always have a look at it beforehand, make sure that driver lineup is okay, and you log in the right manner, I would say. And because otherwise you've trained for an entire week, 2 weeks maybe, without you being able to drive, well, a single lap. So it's quite disappointing and sad for these people, of course.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially if you're as competitive as I think it was the 117 car, if I remember correctly. But I think I noted it down last time, so just have a look.
The car from Degano, I think it is.
Oh yeah, it was 118 in the server, and their actual race number on the SimGrid was 117, which is also usually a sign that the login process isn't correct. But exactly. I wonder if their they're still in the competition. Maybe they were so disappointed that they signed out. I hope.
No, they're still driving, I think.
Okay.
Currently 24th without a time, of course, but
Yeah. Here we
they are
go.
there, so good to see them.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hope they have more luck this time.
Yep.
Because I think they did have the fastest lap, but they didn't. They weren't able to finish the race, of course. So that probably didn't count anymore.
Mm. I think the first guy is about to finish his first lap, which is Phil Chinsky. So let's see what time he will bring to the table in his banker lap. That's how we call it. To hang us straight, I believe it is. No, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, main straight, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Hanger Straight isn't that what it used to be in the old?
Oh,
old
that's
setup?
the one after Beckett's Chapel, the long
Oh,
long
right.
straight.
Yeah.
It was so, yeah. So this is basically, I think it's Woodcut, right? The main straight, the old F1 start finish line.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. I'm still confused because there were a couple of years that I didn't follow F1, and when I started following it again, suddenly there was a, well, let's not say new Silverstone, but of course there was a new layout. So I was shocked when I found out.
Yeah, it's confusing, and to be fair, they have like a few layouts, right? So I think they have
Yeah.
the long circuit, the let's call it the F1 circuit, the one that we are driving today, and I think they have also got like a sprint kind of a circuit, which is the national circuit. It's much shorter, and it's about, I think in these cars roughly 50 seconds. But yeah, we're not driving that one, so.
Yeah, so yeah, that was Abbey probably after start finish.
It's
To the arena.
the old one, you mean?
Yeah, after the new start finish.
Yeah, it's Abbey.
After the old start finish, you have first have Cops.
Yeah.
And then Beckett's Chapel.
Yeah, that's legendary.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Talking about the times, I think Degano has put in a pretty good lap time, which is 1:57.2. It's really quick, to be fair. Followed by Bruni, who's only 1/10 slower than Degano.
And we have, of course, Gary Just go weird with those with these names.
It's always difficult.
Yeah. Let me see if I can.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he's up in the time. Nice.
That way, people will be able to view the time as well.
Bruni's also on a quick lap at the moment. I think he's about 1/10, 2/10 quicker at the moment.
I think this is the other glitch. Something I noted down. I think this is Glitch Motorsport, if I remember correctly. And it's the same team as Degano, so the 117 car.
Yeah, he went up with half a tent, I would say.
Yeah. So,
pretty nice.
Yeah, Glitch Motorsport. So this sort of second car.
Those guys are improving in the front, but at the back there are also guys who are really good on improving their times at the moment. So 6/10 I see a second for Jenska, which is really good, up to 17th.
Yeah, in the meantime, Degano another 6/10 of his.
Oh my!
Here's Marchie. Nice livery that, by the way.
7/10 of B2. Wow, that's a lot.
And I'm just now remembering that I didn't sync my awesome client. But I think, by the looks of it, I haven't seen any black livery so far, so could be I'm just gonna do a really quick bailout of the game, do a quick sync, and then come back again. But
yeah,
for now, should be good.
Daniel Tielik in his pink Ferrari 2-2. E2 for him.
Nice. I see a lot of red times here. Joey Tyson's on a good lap, I think. He's improving. Let's first look at Hublot, I should say. Tiny improvement, and I hope that sticks. But yeah, it's gonna be marginal, but
We are in the back of the field. There's like Newcomb, the 146 Ferrari. He's on 35th at the moment. Definitely gonna improve his time.
Oh yeah,
He's 1.5 seconds down. So might be winning or gaining like 8, 9, maybe 10 positions, something like that.
Yeah, I think with 1.5 seconds, he's gonna come up to, yeah, I think 30th place maybe.
Oh, 26, I think.
He keeps
right?
keeps improving.
26, I think he will be.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
27th now.
It's a really nice improvement, to be fair. Really good.
Absolutely. Ostro's breaking off his lap.
Love in 17th, 18th.
That's a pretty nice livery.
Yeah, looks good. Really boring from the front, but if you look at the side, it's really nice. Oh, it's actually really cool from the front as well.
Yeah.
Really colorful.
Yeah, it was on a bit of an improvement, but then lost a bit of time.
Yeah.
Andre. Yeah, bad exit there, and he has a bit of traffic, but
still 2/10, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. That would still keep him on the 7th place, but
he gained some.
Let's see what else do we have here. Ushinska?
Yeah, or Frauratz. He's improving with 5/10 at the moment.
Oh yeah, driving in front of him. Boom, P11.
Nice improvement as well. Nice.
That's 3/10 now. Would also place him. Yeah, places him on 13th.
Chris Samain and Christoph. He's improving by 5/10 almost at the moment. He's onto the last sector, or in the last sector, I have to say. Going through Brooklands to Lovefield and Woodcut.
So he could go to P8 with this time, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, he took P8 indeed in front of Joey Tyson's. But I'm really flabbergasted about the time from Degano. It's a really good time.
That's amazing. It's really amazing. And yeah, I really hope it. By the looks of it, the log-on process went well this time. So let's see if else isn't improving. Let's see if there are any green times here.
Yeah, there's still around 3 minutes on the clock, so there's some around 2 laps for the ones who are passing start finish right now. So
yeah, should be a small improvement. P24 from P28, so that's good for him.
Yep.
Let's look at Balach. Yeah, probably won't improve his position.
Whoa! Big slide.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that didn't help him.
Oh, this is interesting because we just saw Stuart de Vos had a bit of problems with logging into the server, or his teammate. So could be that he just maybe his teammate can't log in, but he's just driving alone for half a race and then retiring, or
Yeah,
who knows.
he's done for the quali right now because no chance he will drive a lap in 140 seconds. Say so. 21st position it is for him for the moment.
Christoph on another small improvement.
Yeah.
Remains in P8.
Didn't gain a position, unfortunately, for him. That's why I was saying I was shocked about the time from Degano. I mean, I drove the Porsche last season in DC, and well, around that championship, I also drove some other community events, or well, let's say daily races. And this is a really good time. So either with the new patch, the Porsche gained a lot of time, or I was just slow. But it's a amazing time.
Well, I think it's great to see as a community as well. We have our quicker guys, of which you're one of them, I would say. But of course also Christoph Samijn, Joey Tysons. Those guys are usually men van der Molen as well. But I think he isn't driving at the moment. But it's probably the teammate of Joey Tysons, I think. So
well, I think from Chris Samijn, I think.
Yeah, you're right, exactly. So the 111 car. Let's look at Christoph. So those are pretty quick when we do our sort of national competitions. And we now we have the nice international competitions, and there's just a bit more competition, which is great to see. Just,
definitely.
A lot of
definitely
talent from the international side of things.
Yeah, and it's lovely to see that. I mean, as a driver in the front of national events, so to say, it's also good to be challenged by other guys and to improve your skills and your game so to say.
Yeah.
And, you also you want to compete to the best, right? So this makes you a better driver in the end as well, to drive on the ultimate max of what you're capable of. So also for Chris, Joey, Menno, who are really good in national events, this is a new challenge for them to pick up the pace and fight against the best guys. Yeah, don't forget about Errol, by the way. Errol and Yannick Koerts, for example, they're really quick as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so exactly. That's I think that's how it works. You just you will also always look for the ceiling of what to achieve against them.
Exactly.
The ceiling has just been raised again with all these new names.
Those are exactly the right words. I think the ceiling of your game. So you want to exceed it. Seems to be that we are almost done.
Yeah, I think so.
One improvement from Wallach, maybe, or tenths, I see.
Yeah, I think Wallach is still doing a good improvement. We have second. Go up a few places as well. Yeah, all the way up to P2.
Wow, nice. 7 positions.
Very good job. Yep, so I think by the looks of it, that is the last one. Yeah, so just to be sure, I'm gonna start the intro for a second. Just gonna quit the game really quick and I'll be right back. Yes, we're back. Just a minute to go for the formation lap. And I hope the in-game sounds are working as well.
Yeah, 10 seconds before the formation lap. So
Yep.
really curious what will happen in lap 1, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're gonna see Degano take off pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, not because he was quick in quali, but also the Porsche is pretty fast on the first few meters from the line. So I think he will definitely get the best start of the field with his Porsche. But yeah, the first corner is a really fast one, so it's pretty tricky to be side to side and to keep the overview of all the cars and around you. So, well, pretty curious how the drivers will manage that, of course, in the first corner. First corners, I have to say, because the other ones are not slow either. The Megas Becca's Chapel.
Yeah, exactly. Turns out I apparently forgot to share the stream. Hopefully people are still joining. Yeah, it's a pretty nice livery as well.
Yeah, it definitely is. I mean, I can say it because I'm driving the same livery every now and then. So it's a beautiful livery. It's created by Joey Thijsens,
Oh, really?
who's the painter of DC-SimRacing, I would say.
Nice.
And he does a pretty nice job because also for the DC Solo event, he has created a beautiful Aston Martin for Menno van der Molen.
Ah, okay.
Looks really awesome. So good job by him. I see some more good liveries in this pack of cars. So
Yeah,
we will
absolutely.
we will definitely see them in the broadcast.
Yep. I do see a couple of black cars as well, but
Might be intended, right?
yeah, it could be. Let's assume so. Because I just did the sync as well, so the liveries have been uploaded in the correct manner. Then they should be visible.
Yeah, sometimes it goes wrong because people are selecting the wrong livery when joining the server. The right car but the wrong livery, and then of course it will show up as a black livery or well, different than what they've chosen to drive with, of course.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we actually have a Nissan as well.
Always nice to see the Godzilla in this pack.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll fall then.
Yo, de stream doet het ook niet meer?
Ik denk het haast niet. Ik zal even
Nee,
kijken.
dat kan ook niet. Dan
Ah,
zit ik
want
radio commentaar voor, dat gaat ze kunnen doen.
OBS staat uit. Dus
Ja, nee, dan gaat het niet werken inderdaad.
even kijken. Ik gooi eerst even ACC aan.
plaats van GP Radio kunnen we ook wel deze SimRacing Radio beginnen.
Ja, precies.
Ging prima.
Ja, het was heel apart, want hij draait nog wel. Alleen de fan is gewoon heel hard gaan draaien. En er brandt nu
Oh,
ook
wauw.
er is ook een rood lampje aan het knipperen. Dus ik moet zo even kijken welke dat is.
Zeg je maar als we terug zijn, dan merk ik het vanzelf.
Ik hoop dat we dezelfde stream kunnen aanhouden.
Ja, als je dezelfde key hebt, dan moet dat goed gaan, toch?
Ik zou haast denken van wel, maar... Oké, eventjes met de race control weer connecten.
Er is er wel wat, 8 naar 11.
Even kijken. Ik zou haast denken dat we al live zijn, maar... Yep, looks good.
We're back on track?
Yes, we are. Okay,
Nice.
yeah, apologies. So we had a major malfunction on my side. Unfortunately, my computer crashed. So we completely missed the start, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I was reviewing it while you were trying to fix all the issues, and Vigano had just a beautiful start in front of Telic. And there was just a minor crash, I believe. I think it was like 2, 3, 4 people involved in the first one, and maybe 2 or 3 in the second one. And out of 38, I think that's not too bad. I mean, we have seen worse in the past. So there are people who have lost some positions. I think Chris Aman, he lost 3 positions. I'm not sure what happened, but currently he's fighting in P11. I would say we're underway, on our way at the moment.
Yeah.
Everybody's basically trying to settle his position and try to set up some action.
Yeah, I saw
Pretty soon.
a blue flag there as well. So
Yes, definitely people from the crash who were going into the pits and came back on track.
Yeah, Rauweraad was involved in that as well. I think he was somewhere around P12 or 13 during qualifying. So
yeah,
unfortunately,
he had a good quali, right?
Yeah, I think so. So yeah, it's very unfortunate.
I think also Penguin, who's also pretty quick. He's driving the Honda. Also was a collision in the first lap. So.
Oh yeah, so that's actually Rauweraad and Penguin are on the same team. I'm not sure why, but
Okay.
the names in my race control app have now been updated, it seems.
Maybe the swap positions after the crash, and
yeah, that's also a possibility.
But you cannot manage to do like 1:24 in. There's a driver time, a max driver time, or not?
Yeah, there is. Just to make sure that the swap has been is being done. So I think there's. Let me just look it up.
Probably there's also like a pit window, right? So they cannot pit before a certain time and not after, of course, because then you will be disqualified or you get penalty points or penalty seconds.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they have to pit between with 25 and 45 minutes left. I just
Okay.
from memory, but
that might be. But we're not there yet, I would say. So
no, absolutely not. Still
a lot of action beforehand. There was Walla who caused a yellow flag. Still driving around this stone position, so.
I see a lot of overtaking action around this area.
Mm-hmm.
That's Prentice. Good move. Am I right? Nope. That's Dogo Piatov with car 21. Behind. It's not over yet.
Let's see.
Yeah.
So it's Delta who's taking Rachevsky, right? Or Gasquet? Oh, it's Gasquet.
Yeah, so Stelton losing a place. He went a bit wide there.
Yep. Driving a traditional-looking BMW, I would say. Oh, that's a really late break. Really late braking.
I think Joey just looks like he moved up a place.
Yeah. He took P6 from Morandi. It's now being attacked again.
Let's see if we can make this stick.
Oh wow! That was not a nice move by the McLaren. I think he's steering in way too quick. A bit too aggressive, but they managed to keep the cars on track, so they can both continue.
Yeah, that's. Oh, we see BMW flashing his lights, as BMW drivers tend to do sometimes.
Yeah, it's very typical.
So Lucas will feel that he has a bit more pace, but of course, flashing your lights doesn't actually do or mean anything. Well, it does. There is a part in there that's just for warning the driver in front of you, but yeah, I'm not sure if that was what was going on here.
Yeah, like you say, you can use the lights flashing in different situations. I mean, most of the times it's either somebody who's not really happy with the overtake you did, or the action on track. But you use it also quite often for back markers to warn them that you're coming close. But I have to say, sometimes I use it also to compliment people with a nice overtake, and I mean, it's not always a bad thing to warn or to flash your lights.
No, absolutely not. Let's say, especially in VR, we're looking at the car 242. Taking a look around Morandi.
Yeah, and he's coming close right now.
Yeah. Morandi is he was just looking around Joey Tyson to see if he could get around him, but it seems like he lost a bit of time there. So I was under pressure from car 242. But
so instead of attacking, he now needs to defend against the Porsche from Kostrov, from Auschwitz. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, but the flashing of the lights. Oh, a bit of sliding there, and Morandi going wide.
Tokyo drift style.
Yeah, it seems that maybe Auschwitz didn't expect him to make a mistake there. Was a bit startled himself. A nice fight going on here, it seems.
Yeah, but the tires won't like it, so
yeah, exactly.
He needs to keep them in shape for, I think, about 30 more minutes, and longer race than just 2-3 corners. So it's always important also to plan your attack.
Yeah.
In a good way to prepare yourself and to make the move on the exact right moment. And it's pretty difficult because sometimes you try to focus on where your opponent makes most of the mistakes. And once you think, okay, I can make the mistake, the overtake right now and push for an attack, then sometimes it's your opponent who, well, at that time does a pretty nice corner, and well, sometimes you get these kind of situations where you didn't expect it, and you start to slide because either you need to brake a bit more, or you need to avoid the car in front of you.
Meantime, we see Feet keeps sliding, keeps putting the pressure on. Yeah, as you say, has to conserve the tires as well. So.
Yep.
Oh,
whoa, Chris has touched the car in front of him.
Yeah, Christoph made a small.
Yeah, it's Christoph who didn't benefit from it. So I think the other guy, he managed to move on, but Christoph he spun around.
Yeah. Just trying to see if I can. Yes. Just trying to see if I can get a small replay.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see what happened. I mean, it looked like Chris wanted to move to the inside, and the BMW in front of him, he moved to the inside very late. But still, I would say the car behind is most of the time at fault. So
yeah, exactly.
Would be really interesting if we could see a replay. If not, well, then we need to do it with what we have.
So here we have that moment. Just a replay.
Yeah, difficult to say. And then he gets touched by the Honda behind him.
Yeah. So the other guy, yeah, got lucky, I think. Christoph.
Yeah.
Himself. Yeah,
I think it was a misjudgment, to be fair.
Yeah, I think so.
Not sure.
Definitely no malice involved here. And of course, Chris is, yeah, we know him as a good driver, so.
Yeah, definitely.
So Asvic still looking around Randy. A bit further down the field, I see cars here, pretty close. And Christoph's mine is sort of backed up.
Oh, there he's lucky. There he's really lucky.
Oh, yeah, I think that's Sjoerd Vos.
I think it's Hublau, right?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Hublau, so who drove almost in the back of Samijn.
Yeah. Here we see Sjoerd Vos taking advantage here from Hublau. Seems he started himself a bit. Oh, that's.
Some paint gets exchanged over here. So.
Yeah. Well, rubbing is racing, right?
I mean, yeah, that's racing. GT racing is about close racing. It's about exchanging a bit of paint.
Exactly.
But if you keep it nicely and if you treat everybody with respect, then you can drive really close.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the most important thing in sim racing is to show respect, especially in sim racing where there's not a lot of a lot of consequences when you drive like a maniac.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a bit of character to keep it respectful and just don't bash and drive like an idiot.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
Yeah, at the same time, you should be assertive and you should be willing to drive aggressive, but fair.
Yeah, you should. I mean, that's expected if you race right. It needs to be close, and that's what we are all racing for. Whether you're in the back of the field or in the front, you all want to have a great battle, drive as fast as possible, and as well have a lot of fights. To be fair, it's nice to be in the front, like Degano right now, who's like 5.5 seconds loose. But yeah, it's a lonely drive. You rather would like to be in a place where House features fighting with the what is it, the McLaren in front of him, and therefore in front of him it's like the Ferrari, right? Oh, it's a back marker, so
Yeah, I think so.
Joey who took off a bit already. But there are really nice fights all over the field at the moment, where people are winning 1 second. But that's what we're racing for, to have good fights and well, enjoy, I would say.
Yeah, and it's great to see that the fights are just everywhere. And, oh, look at this. Yeah, so House features is great. It's interesting that of course, the McLaren and Porsche are two cars with completely different characteristics.
Mm-hmm.
You've driven as you already said, you've driven the Porsche last season. I've driven it in my first season with DC and ACC. Really thinking, as a absolute noob does, I thought, well, Porsche go vroom vroom, but unfortunately, yeah, it's really a tricky car to drive, especially to drive quickly. So yeah, I was on the back of the field, and the McLaren is actually a lot easier to drive and drive quickly, probably.
Yeah, I think the advantage of the Porsche is of course the exit of a corner. The acceleration of the car is just amazing compared to a lot of other cars. While there's a drive-through for 116 at the moment, probably because of track limits.
Yep.
But to it's exactly like you mentioned, to drive it, well, it's doable, right? But to drive it quick, most of the time we all, including myself, get driven by the Porsche. So you're a passenger, and well, you just have to follow what the Porsche does with you. Because if you go on throttle, the main characteristic of the Porsche is that if you go into a corner, well, let's say a quick left-hander, like I don't know, Pouhon, which is a good example, or this one is a good example, where you have to lift off from the throttle. The car wants to turn because the rear wants to overtake the front. That's a really strange characteristic of it, but yeah, you really need to fight the car to make sure that, or well, prepare for a good setup, of course, to make sure that the car does whatever you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely, and also Misano comes to mind. Those quick corners on the back of the track, and that's especially easy to lose it in the Porsche.
At the end of the back straight, that's a pain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and as you say, the drive-through there. Or,
yeah, you're just a passenger. You just have to survive. That's what you need to do, unless you have a very good setup. Else it's like just you, me, everybody else will be driven by the Porsche.
Yeah. But if you put a drive-through for track limits, oh yeah.
Yeah, he was warned, and he has 3 laps to serve it, and this was his second lap, so.
Yeah, I think he was fighting with Kostrov behind him. Just a lap ago, right here in Mackett's Packets, and I think he went over the line there a bit, unfortunately. But yeah, the Porsche. I think if you're able to handle it, you can really get an advantage from it. But that's exactly the thing. That I think it takes a bit of skill to actually be able to take that advantage out of it.
Yeah, you need to get experience with it. Else, it's a really difficult car for racing it. Looking at where fights are, but the pack is is kind of settling itself down right now.
Yeah.
I mean, Nagano's still flying, but the rear. Yeah. Well, he seems to have nailed it with the Porsche, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's really an example. Well, I couldn't possibly take anything away from what this guy is doing, but because he's bloody quick. But I mean, this is an example of someone who has obviously really learned how to drive this car.
Yeah.
So So, yeah, and it's good to see that these guys are still in the competition after the disappointment of last race. And,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
sad. That's sad.
doing so well now, and yeah, they're still, in my book, they're still a favorite to win the competition because it's still 3 races after this one, of course. So still plenty of racing action to go in the competition, of course. But yeah, they're doing so good, and it'll be interesting to see because, of course, let's just take a look at what the other circuits are that we still have. I'm not sure if those are really Porsche circuits. Let's just take a quick look there at what the other.
Yeah, and at the moment, Yukos is serving his penalty, his drive-through or track limits, and he came in the pits. I think it was P10 or something.
Yeah.
He's all the way down to 21st, 22nd, and even further. So 23rd it is.
Yeah, 23rd.
So he lost quite a lot of time by going too quick through the corners. At least, well, not steering how it should.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
And Housefeature just overtook Morandi. They were fighting for quite some laps already, so.
Yeah, he finally did it.
Oh, and this is exactly what Porsche is famous about.
Yeah.
Going into a quick corner, off throttle, on the brakes, and then the rear wants to step out. So I was saying he was overtaking Morandi, now he's overtaken by Morandi.
Yeah. Wow, that was a big moment there.
It was pretty good how he saved the slide. It was really good.
That's a skill as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he definitely did a good job there.
That's what you learn when you drive the Porsche.
But I mean, that really goes to show. Yeah, exactly. I think that is a big thing. You really learn a lot about car control driving this car. But I think that's a difficult thing with this car. That I mean, he's been so close behind the McLaren for like 5 laps now. At some point, he does manage to overtake, but then he's under pressure from a McLaren has different characteristics and is able to really put him under pressure so much that he just might go into a corner faster than the Porsche is comfortable with. And if you're not able to properly manage it and control it, like our friend Mr. Degano does, then suddenly that car is absolutely not in your advantage.
Yeah, but you see the difference. Degano is driving like he's on rails, whilst Housefeature is really fighting the car.
Yeah.
So there's a big difference in either setup, but also skills, of course. Yeah, it's a cool car to drive. We don't have to burn down the Porsche completely. It's a really cool car to drive. It has great sounds, but you need to take some time for it to manage the car and make sure it's to your liking.
Absolutely, yeah, it is just it's one of a kind. And just looking at Wallach, who's also pretty close behind Jostein Schetter.
Yeah, was doing a pretty good job, to be fair. Wallach, he started, I think, 21st or 22nd.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He gained some positions, so it's really good.
Actually, he gained 7 positions, starting in the 24th position.
Yep.
Let's just look through the field, because there's also Mr. Gogo Piatov. Started in the 27th position.
Oh wow!
12, so he's also doing a good job.
Talking about good jobs.
Yeah, he's made the biggest step in the field. Of course, there have been a few accidents, so but you have to take advantage of that. And I think one person, because I think we had a grid of 38 cars, right? We have 37 cars now, so.
Yeah, so one team left.
Yeah. Maybe a login error.
It's not the team of Sjoerd de Vos, right? They're still driving.
Yeah, I think so.
They are right. 13th, yeah, they are 13th.
Yeah, so they're actually doing pretty good. I hope I hope they'll be able to make a switch and continue on. That means they will have been able to do a correct login. And yeah, I think our friend JP some mine also had some problems with logging in. So yeah, it looks, by the looks of it, they have had to give up. So they have been able to start.
They probably have to leave, had to leave the server indeed. Otherwise, they would have been penalized or disqualified from the race, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a shame. I hope they will be back next time.
Yeah. And speaking of good jobs by Double Pjatov, he just did another overtake on Christoph.
He's definitely flying. Maybe he does like a last to first kind of thingy.
Yeah, who knows?
But,
it's a sort of challenge.
He's gaining a lot of positions as we speak.
Yeah, just looking at this car, I wonder if they had a livery that were not even red. I mean, it's a nice car. It's a nice looking car in that black still.
Housefish still trying with Morandi.
Yep. Yeah, but I think if I would be thinking about this strategically, probably the best thing for him to do is just try to do something different in strategy compared to Morandi, and hope that he's in front of him, that team, after the pit winning. I think that's all he can do here. That's what I would do. But I mean, as I say, I'm not quick, but I can usually gain a few positions just by strategy.
Yeah, but that's the right thing to do, right?
Yeah.
Doing whatever your opponent is doing is, I would say, not the most clever thing, because you stay your own position. While if you try to undercut, you can gain time. But on the other hand, if you're the quicker driver, you might as well want to extend your stint a bit more, and especially by the looks of it, Housefish looks a bit quicker in general because he loses a lot of time when he catches up, and then he's able to close the gap. So I think he's the quicker one of these two cars. So it might be clever to extend the stint, unless you have the feeling that also Morandi is going to extend quite a lot. And
what I would probably do in his position. I mean, he's just behind Morandi. If he's able to make a quick assessment, if Miranda goes on just after the pit window starts, I think I would dive in as quickly as possible. Try to sort of undercut him. Because, yeah, as you say, I think he is quicker. So if he can sort of get rid of Morandi in that way. Oh, but he shouldn't be making mistakes.
So you can be quick, but you need to stay on track. That's really important.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a basic ingredient.
Yeah, this is very unfortunate for him and for his teammate, of course. Now you can at least see if he's quick, because if he can catch up, then he's definitely quicker than the car in front of him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, I would not be surprised if he can close the gap again. But get off again, because he's now within 1 second of Kostov. Oh, and actually here's a fight between it's Shoot Vos and Field.
Yeah, and Shoot Vos catches the position from Field. Nice move. You can see that the Honda also gives up, and well, let's say applaud for the overtake, and give the respect to Short, who made a really good overtake.
Yep. Oh, and speaking of, was Kostov not expecting him there, or? So Dolgopyatov is again made up another position, so really good job here. But it looked like Koster was seemed a bit surprised or something.
Yeah, it looked like it. Maybe it was a bit of a dive from Dolgopyatov, but by that also Kosterov he made room for Dolgopyatov. So yeah, it's a they solved it together. So nothing wrong with that dive or overtake by Dolgopyatov.
Yeah, exactly.
Difficult to pronounce.
Yeah, let's assume so. I think we're doing a pretty good job so far. So this is interesting, Tim, because these guys are not in the same lap.
These are not in the same lap.
I don't think so. So Wallach is.
Yeah, I see. So Wallach is behind Newcomb. No, it's not Newcomb, right? Who's the other guy? Let's see. Wallach.
I think.
Where's Wallach? He's Penguin. Penguin seems to be the quicker guy from these two.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah, and that's a difficult thing. But I mean, yeah, Penguin is. I don't know if he has damage from that first lap incident, but overall he's another new guy at DC-SimRacing. He's pretty quick. You see him in the. You probably see him a lot in the national competition at the front of the field.
Yep.
It's another new name. Penguin is obviously not his real name. We took a slight deviation from our policy. We always want people to use their real names, but Penguin sort of slipped through the net, and well, we decided to let it slide.
It's not his real name.
Not his real name.
He tricked me.
Really. Well, I considered to call him Ben Gaun. Oh yeah. So actually, what I just said about JP, about that he used another variation of your name, that was actually a Penguin. So I call him Penguin. You can of course always also call him Penguin, Ben Gaun.
Penguin.
Yeah, I think JP called him Penguin.
Penguin.
So that's it's all sorts of variations we can.
We can also call him by his first name, which is Desmond. If that's his real name, I don't know, but
I
have some doubts right now.
Yeah, who knows?
Actually, it's Sebastian Vettel, and he's driving as Desmond Penguin.
And in that case, I would really respect the fact he's using a different name, but I'm not sure if there's a good reason to use another name. Yeah, when league racing,
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, to each their own. But it's not something that we normally accept, and just use your own name. Why not?
Yeah.
Fun,
yeah,
right?
why not? I mean, there's nothing to worry about, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Especially if you're a quick guy like him. I mean, I'm a slow guy, and I don't care. I'm having fun, and I'm having nice battles in DC. So who cares, And if I make a mistake, you can help me. See that? That's I think the 420 car there.
Somebody went off.
I think it was the 420 car we saw flying around.
Gracia.
Yeah, and the Gano flashing his lights. As you say, it doesn't matter. We're not gonna track you down. You will make a mistake.
I made mistakes quite a lot in my sim racing career. Let's call it like that. And so far it's 3 years, I believe, and I never received any trash mail or whatsoever. Yeah, of course we have. I've had some discussions with people, but it's all. Well, we try to be respectful to each other.
Yeah.
And well, like I said, I never have seen anybody in front of my door knocking on my door saying, "Tim, what the hell? What you're thinking about when driving this race?" So I'm not afraid of people hunting me down. So exactly. I wouldn't see a reason for not sharing your own name unless you are like, I don't know, MVP somewhere. And
Yeah, yeah, who knows? Maybe.
Even then, I think there's no problem with it because I'm watching the SRO series every now and then, and you all see James Baldwin and all these big guys, the big streamers as well, who are really doing a good job on the internet to share their experience about sim racing, but also they are not fearing to share their names, which is obvious, of course, for streaming. But for James Baldwin, who has a career with racing, he also just drive well on behalf of himself.
Yeah.
And back to Housefeach, who catched up with
Yeah,
Morandi again.
yeah. So he made a 5.5 second gap. He closed it. Pit window's open, so let's see. They
That's
just passed.
interesting.
They just passed the pit street. Is that an appropriate?
No, there was the. I think there was the F1 straight. So they're
Yeah, you're
now
right.
coming
Yeah, you're
towards towards the what is it? Love field? No, it's not
right.
Love field, is it?
Love field is the. Just had
Ah,
a
it's not
map
Left field.
open, but
It's Brooklands, and then after
yeah,
Brooklands you have Left field. Yeah.
just had a map.
This is
Open.
Brooklands, the long left-hander, and then you go to through a very long hairpin, which is called Left field.
Let's see what
Let's
happens.
see what. Yeah, really curious what he will do. And he continues.
Yeah,
They both continue. Yep. Are there any guys in the pits actually? Yeah, there are. So who's in the pits at the moment?
Yeah, I think
Let's
only
see.
Townsend.
Townsend. Yeah, Townsend. He's in the
Is
pits.
he actually doing petty things? Christoph is in.
Yeah, so Christos is gonna be replaced by Menno van der Molen.
Yep.
Let's see what he can do.
I wonder if Townsend is actually doing a regular pit stop. Because he's been in for quite a while. Maybe he has a lot of damage.
Two cars in the pits straight when it opened. Let's see what it brings for them. Townsend, maybe he quit?
Yeah, he was on. The grid was on.
Oh no, he's
this
going
is
down
his,
right now.
Yeah,
Up,
this
down.
is his second pit stop, so.
Yeah. So this one
Let's have
worked out for him.
Merchant in pit.
Merchant, yeah.
This stuff is on the way again, I think. No, still in.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like a good pit stop, but he had probably damage from the hit earlier in the race. Where he hit the car in front and got turned around by somebody behind him.
He's already 1 minute and 16 seconds in.
Oh.
Oh, actually, still 56 seconds was his pit stop.
As he comes back in
Quickest
24th.
We have 1 minute 11.
Yukas is actually fighting in P18. He's right next to, I think, Bochanska. Oh no 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 no
yeah.
no no no! Oh no no! That was terrible.
Let's do a little replay.
That was terrible.
That's car 116.
This is all right, I think.
116.
It's
Does.
it's the fault of the car who wants to overtake, in my opinion. He's too late. He's not exactly next to the car in front of him. But on the other side, I also think the car who got turned around, Buchenska, could have been a bit more careful as well and give the room, because
he just steers in as well. And
then he did. I think it's a she, by the way. It's a she, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's a teammate of Errol, and I think, if I've been briefed correctly, he's driving with the woman who he drove with in the women's series, or the more female series. I believe it was. She should have braked a bit more, I think, when turning around.
Yeah, exactly. Keep your foot on the brake.
It was a pretty aggressive move from Dolgo Ipotov.
Yeah,
Dolgo Piatov. Let's call him Dolgo.
Dolgo.
It makes it easy for me.
Yeah. Buffalo.
Buffalo.
So that's car 420. No, it's car 4. Piano's still out. Let's look at Morandi. Doesn't have the Porsche behind him anymore.
Oh, he got past. So House Feature is in front.
Really? Yeah, you're right.
And with quite a gap
Yeah,
as well.
5.3 seconds. With these guys didn't appear to have touched, so interesting.
Yeah, Morandi pitted.
Car 38. That's Morandi's car 38. He did have some contact there. Just gonna do a quick replay here. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong car.
He got already overtaken by House Feature, then he got hit by... Let's shoot the Foss.
Car 21. There's
Oh, it's
actually...
Dolgopyatov. If it's 21, it's Dolgopyatov.
Actually, a couple of contacts here.
This is not very nice. Oh my. That was so unnecessary.
Yeah. Switch. He's 6 now, but still has to come in.
And Nagano has a 16 seconds lead over Telic. Wow.
Who also still has to come in. The first guy that, yeah, Q-Boss did his drive-through, of course. So he hasn't stopped yet. I think Marachi is actually the only one who did stop, but I'm not sure. I think that's actually his legit pit window stop. So
yeah, you can tell that by the green green bar at behind his car number.
Yeah, you're right.
It shows you that he has made a good stop, or well, within the time window, within with all the requirements that need to be done.
Yeah.
So
the first one, and also Bruni is in right now. The second glitch motorsport car. Drive through for track limits. The 666 car from Almoroy.
For the devil, 666.
Yeah. Oh.
Switch through.
Yeah, I think the 420 car is not even on the same lap, so.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Osterhoff is in.
I think it's going to be crowded in the pit lane right now, because we are halfway the race, and most of the people will probably split the race into two equal durations. So, because, well, we're all a bunch of amateurs, right? So it's always nice to drive, to both drive, and you want to also give the car to your teammate for quite a while, instead of like, what is it, 35 minutes instead of 45.
Yeah, and the I think that was one of the things that I was still going to check what exactly the driver window is, but I think it's fairly tight, so to speak. I think you have to really make sure that the other driver doesn't or that you don't overshoot your driving time. But it should always be in the pit window, of course. It wouldn't make a lot of sense to do it any other way.
It looks like it's between 52:30 to go and 37:50. 37:30. So you have 50 minutes time window.
Yeah.
Also P2, 3, and 4 are in the pits. Probably, I forgot his name. Bruni, his teammate, will come back around P3, P4.
Speech is in as well.
Pellegrino is the teammate of Bruni.
Yeah.
Forward to where he comes back. Seems
I hope I'm wrong here. I hope. Yeah, exactly. As I said, I hope I'm wrong here. And it looks like ACC somehow it doesn't update immediately, but we still saw the other driver, but now it's switched to Beanie.
Yep. And 666 really need to pit soon because they have only one lap, else they will be, I think, DQ'd from the session.
Yeah.
So he really need to come in and serve his pit stop, and then he also still needs to make his official pit stop.
I'm also curious if Stuart was able to make the switch here. It looks like it because he does have this team does have a legit pit stop by the looks of it. So we're gonna see the name change after a few corners probably.
I don't think he did, and that's the weird thing. I'm not sure if driver swap is a condition you can set that need to happen during a pit stop. So I'm not sure. I think at around 37:30 to go, when the pit window closes, maybe he gets DQ'd. But oh no,
Yeah,
look at it!
I
It
think,
changed.
yeah, they did change.
Oh
So they were
wow,
able
that was
to,
very late. Very late.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that didn't make sense what I was telling. So forget about it, guys. That's what I quite often say about me. Doesn't make sense, Tim. Shut up.
Oh, the low is also coming in. This is not too low. Where is it? Yes, I think it is. The green BMW.
Looks like it.
Yeah. So Beanie is after the pit stops is still in front. Is the 117 car.
20 seconds in front almost.
Wow.
Yeah, but look at their lap time. Their fastest lap time. It's 1:57.5. It's.
Oh, look at that! It's
It's
actually a battle for the third place, for the second place, I should say.
Yeah, it's almost as quick as most of the guys in the front drove during quali. So that's a remarkable pace for the Porsche 117.
Amazing. Yeah, so 666 cleared his drive through. But yeah, okay, so these guys made a major mistake.
Yep.
Did they? No, I think it's not too bad. Because the pit window is still open.
Yeah, sure, but they need to push a bit. They can't afford any mistakes. So if they spin out right now, they probably come into trouble. Well, let's not assume they will spin, but I've seen strange things before. So
yeah, the pressure is definitely on now because
yep,
they cannot afford to make any mistake. The same for Yuku's. Well, he's a bit further on the track, so he still has to come in. And,
yeah, but he's almost there, right?
Yeah.
So it's only two corners, two more corners. Menno's trying to catch up as well in P13. He's driving 1:59.8s, while the guys in front are driving 2:00s, 2:01s.
Yeah.
So he's catching up to P11, P12 pretty rapidly. And I'm not sure. Maybe it's just the visuals, but do they have damage on the hood, on the bonnet?
It
looks like it, right?
Right.
It's not fitted very nicely, I would say.
Yeah.
You see some gap in the front as well.
Yeah. And I mean, these guys probably. Let me just. Yeah, they actually started in P11, so it's not too bad. Lucas is in as well. From Amaroi coming in.
I hope he doesn't brake too late, else you get a stop and go 30. If you're unlucky.
Exactly. That would be really unlucky.
That would be disastrous. I mean, a drive-through, a stop and go 30. It's over with the race basically for you then.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think that's everyone accounted for in terms of pit stops. That looks of it.
Mm.
A really nice race for the Glitch Motorsport teams. First and second. See if we can.
Yeah, pit window closed by the way. So people who come in right now, well, they may come in, but if you would have come in right now, when not having served your official pit stop, you're too late, and you get penalized for it later on.
Yeah. So 666.
And I was just saying it's Topico
Oh.
30. He didn't hit his pit limiter in the exact right moment, so it's definitely a disastrous race for Van Ammeroy and his teammate.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just a part of endurance racing. Of course, these are pretty short endurance races, but there is a driver swap. But one of the things that you should always practice is the pit entry and exit, and especially where to put on the pit limiter.
And Errol is pitting for a second time, it seems. 23rd. Wonder what happened over there. There's quite a lot of positions.
Yep.
Coming back on track. Also speeding.
Ooh.
He's not gonna like that.
Yeah, it's also speaking of disastrous races, because
Yep.
we saw this car involved in a shunt on track.
They were doing pretty okay until that moment.
Yeah,
that Dolgopyatov and his co-driver hit each other. So from there it went pretty rapidly in a few laps time from, well, pretty okay-ish to yeah.
Disaster, I would say.
Yep. I think that's an
Yes,
understatement if I would have spoken to Errol right now.
Yeah, because there was that second pit stop, as you say, and then who knows what that was for, but maybe the driver swap didn't work, and then yeah, maybe in panic or frustration or whatever, they sort of made an error with the pit limiter.
Especially yellow flag on track because Alex Verditi spun, I think. He's back on track again, so.
Do you have a car number for me?
123. 30.
Oh, yeah.
I think he spun. I think it's the. Ooh, he spun, but there's more wrong with that car.
Yeah, that's.
They didn't build it like that, I think.
No, probably not.
Doesn't look very aerodynamic.
Yeah, and I see there's not a replay which tells us that this is a one-sided accident.
Yep, looks like it.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have to get this repaired, especially when you see him moving aside like that.
Yeah. But this is a clever thing he does, because you can better go off track then instead of impeding the cars behind you. It's clever to go off track over there.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's Errol.
Worst thing that could happen right now is getting another stop and go.
I'm pretty sure. Well, you never know, but I'm pretty sure that won't happen a second time. Ooh, what happened over here? Aldrich.
Do you see the number 1 car, Yashevsky?
Yashevsky, he didn't pit.
Yeah.
He didn't pit, so either he has not met the requirements of the pit stop, or he just, well, thought, well, let's keep on driving.
Well, he has actually pitted and stopped for 1 minute and 2 seconds, so
that's weird.
I see the stint length is almost 24 minutes, which means that his last stop was outside of the pit window.
He
So
was too early in
maybe,
pit.
yeah, maybe he just thought, well, this is a test race or anything, or maybe he thought he didn't realize there was a pit window. Or
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not gonna fly.
Nope, won't be allowed.
Nico de Ra, I think it is. It's within half a second of
It's Nikki, right? Nikki Dura?
Nicky.
Nikki, Nico.
Yeah, Nicky. Yeah, let's say Nicky.
Mr. Dura.
Mr. de Ra. Car number 46, I'm gonna say.
Yep. It's a BMW, but it says Alpine on the side. Alpina.
Nice. Alpina, yeah, exactly.
Alpine would be a different brand, but
Yeah, so I think he's behind the teammate of Corsa. It is, of course, the 46 car. The other guy is Gilles Hulot.
yeah.
See some lapping action going on there from Mr. Beanie. Ooh,
The only cars he overtakes are the guys who are the back markers.
Yeah, and I think the black McLaren, not sure who it is, but he's also taking advantage of that moment.
I think that's Waglio.
Yeah, so that's actually for position. So yeah, that was cheeky. He just took advantage of that. The 4-car brakes way too late is my first assessment of that incident, but
Yep. I don't know what to say about that. That was pretty. Yeah.
So that's 5 and 4 car. Let's see if we can do a little replay of that. Yikes.
I think that incident might be reviewed after the race.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so if drivers have anything to report, I mean, we don't do live stewarding for this race, but yeah, we usually get like 10 or 15 incidents reported. So yeah, I think it is well within his rights to report this.
Yeah, definitely.
It's always. I mean, sometimes when we're stewarding, you have to take a look at an incident with 4 different guys and view it about 10 times in the slow-mo. But by the first look of it, this seems like an open and shut case. But who knows? Maybe it's just frustration. You know, you lose the position, and yeah, especially the way Leo did it.
Yeah, but I don't get it because it looks like Guaglio is much quicker than Ponomarov.
Yeah.
So what's the? It doesn't make sense to try to outbrake your opponent.
It's not gonna work.
It's not very clever indeed. So
In the
probably
long run,
Guaglio is gonna make an attempt for sure. Very soon.
We'll be wary that he won't get hit again in the same manner. Yeah, he's a bit too far away now, I think.
Yeah.
But maybe the next corner. Oh, look at this. Yeah, he's just taking a look, but.
Yeah, this might be a shot for him. Yeah. Oh, easy.
Yeah.
It might also be that Ponomarov gave back the position over here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. It's a bit late. It's a bit late in my opinion, but could be.
Let me tell you that from a stewarding point of view, if you do it this late, we're not even going to be able to see that you did it.
No.
So it wouldn't really count in that respect. Just switching over to the Ra again, car 46. This some pretty close 19 car. Yeah, I'm not
I
sure
think
if
this is
it's,
one of the few fights in the field at the moment.
yeah.
Dorma in P24, also really close with Aldrich,
Yeah,
and I think he overtook him.
Yeah,
Which is not surprisingly because the Aldrich guy car, he's
quite
having some
enough
damage.
right?
So
Yeah.
on hanger straights, it's really difficult to keep pace.
Yeah.
Oh, on position 1 by Dormant right now. Nice.
Say again?
No, it's Dormant took over. Sorry, was it Aldrich? No, it's Dormant, right? Who took over Aldrich's position. Really nice. And still Menno, who's trying to gain positions.
Yeah, so he's back in P11, the place where they started.
Last lap he was 1.3 seconds quicker than P10 and around 1 second quicker than P9. So he's gonna be in a fight really soon.
Yeah.
But I think the guys in front of him have some difficulties with back markers.
Yeah.
Quite some back markers over here.
Which also would be a factor for him, of course, at some point.
Yeah, it's always difficult to overtake back markers or from a back marker perspective to, well, don't give up in your own fight and don't impede the fight of the quicker guy. So it's you cannot disappear, right, as a back marker, and that's really tricky. So as a quicker driver, you want them to disappear as quickly as possible, but like I said, you don't want to give up your own fight as well. You're driving your own race as well, so it's what it is.
I think the trick is not to be, while we're looking at Vera, will at least take a look here.
It? He's gonna do it, yeah. Nice one, nice.
You make it stick though. Because here's...
Ooh, wow, that was close. That was really close.
But yeah, the 19 car didn't go for it, luckily, because that would have ended in tears for both of them probably.
Yep.
But what I wanted to say is the trick is not getting intimidated by the person who's lapping you. There's people out there with a lot of race intelligence that won't make your life too difficult and understand that you're in your own race as well. And then there's guys who are great hot lappers and just don't respect you and basically push you out of the way, lights flashing. Those guys are a lot more difficult, speaking as a very slow back marker. I have a lot of experience being lapped, and most of the time it's no problem, but there are people out there who can really drive quickly, but unfortunately they don't really seem to have the sort of race intelligence to wait for the right moment for both of us to make things easier. I'm also always willing to work with guys lapping me. I don't want to keep them up for 5 or 6 corners, but on the other hand, there's maybe 3-4 positions on the track where you can easily let someone by. And just wait a few corners or wait a few seconds and let you by, but don't push me off, please.
No, you need to time it a bit, you know, as a back marker as well, but also as a quicker guy. You need to time where you want to overtake the opponent and or let the opponent by, of course. And most of the time you do that in hairpins or in slow corners, but you can also lift off a bit on the straight, which is of course most convenient. One thing you never should be doing is get off throttle just after the apex, because that's something people don't expect, and there's just shortage of time to make sure to get out of the way as a... Ooh, what's happening over here?
Anonymous 666 car.
Yeah, we had some difficulties already here before with a drive-through or something, and a stop and go.
Ooh,
he loses it completely.
Like a tank slapper there.
Yep.
It's not really a thing in GT cars, but
no, it's more of a
motorcycle
thingy, right?
There's no tank to slap, so to speak.
Nope.
But of course I'm not someone who knows a lot about physics, but the effect still there, of course.
Yeah, true, true.
The weight is on the other side. Oh, look at this fight. Is it even a fight? I'm not sure.
Yeah, so what I was saying, don't brake after the apex, or don't lift off after the apex when you want to let somebody quicker by. Also, a thing you never should be doing is brake on the racing line or
Yeah.
get off throttle on racing line, because that's really dangerous, and
Yeah.
people really don't expect that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
just try to time it a bit, and either brake deep into the corner in a hairpin, for example, to take the outside, give the opponent the inside, or get off throttle offline on a straight. Wow, this is a nice one.
Just gonna do a little
Asynchronical
replay.
dancing, I would say.
So these guys are not on the same lap. This is
Who's the back marker?
25 is the back
25,
marker.
yeah.
I think.
This is a mistake of number 1 for sure.
Yeah, but I was gonna
They
say
are in
that
the same lap, right? They are. Aren't they?
25. That's 25.
Stegeman.
Stegeman. He's actually 2 positions behind him now. So I think that was actually a fight. Yeah.
Yeah, so the BMW got way too much speed coming into that Beckers Chapel corner. While the Ferrari, maybe he went really slow, by the way, the Ferrari, but
Yeah, I know
still,
that was
no reason for bumping him, right?
that was my. So it looks like, yeah, he starts standing still almost. So
Yeah, the BMW doesn't do anything strange in terms of speed, right? So
I think he's really not expecting the 25 car to slow down as much. Of course, as you said earlier in the race, it's still, when you're the guy behind, it's almost always your fault. But yeah, I can imagine that he wasn't expecting the 25 to slow down as much there. Of course, the 25 didn't seem to have the correct line there, so he couldn't take all the speed he wanted into Maggots and Beckets. But yeah, still, by slowing down that much probably wouldn't have been necessary. But yeah.
I think there's gonna be a fight for P3, by the way. There's like half a second between Marchi and Kovalev.
Oh yeah.
So they have a fight on hands. I'm not sure which of these cars is the quicker one. I would say Kovalev with the Ferrari would be the quicker one, but
Yeah, I think so. And let me just check where these guys started. Yeah, this guy was second. This car was second, I should say, on the grid. They both had a 32-second pit stop. Or the pit stops were in the exact same time. They both stood still for 32 seconds. Marchi started in P5 and Kovalev started in P2, so that's interesting. And Pellegrino 217 actually started in the 4th place, so it's also a good job there.
yeah, so it seems like Marchi is driving away from Kovalev, and E9 gets a drive-through for track limits. So that's an easy win for Menno van der Molen. An easy win in terms of positions.
Yeah. And then this is the car that was in a fight with the 242 Porsche, right?
Ooh, was it?
Yeah, I think it was.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So they actually so 25. I think they're about 30 seconds behind the 242 car now. So yeah, and especially after this drive-through.
Yeah, they will lose a lot of time by that.
Yeah, this is,
Oh,
by the
oh,
way,
oh, 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 oh! Wow! Braking very late.
this is also a Glitch Motorsport entry.
Have 3 cars in this field, I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So they're driving P1, P2, and Corsia.
B 12 right now, but
Why was he stopping? He's having a drive-through and he
oh yeah,
stops.
yikes, it's not good.
I think he was confused, or he got confused.
Yeah, maybe was sort of overwhelmed by this situation here.
Golchan, who's close with Niki Dera.
Yeah.
Well spotted. Garage 59 in-game livery. Good looking car.
And so there's actually no one within a second anymore.
Nope, not at the moment indeed. I was looking at Errol Verwij, who's having a tough race, but looking at his times, 1:59.7, that's actually not too bad. I mean, looking at the lap times, the last lap times of the cars in, let's say, the top 10, he would have been as quick as Menno van der Molen and quicker than P10.
Yeah.
So he definitely has pace compared to these guys.
Yeah.
It's a shame to see him in the back of the grid, but it's good that he keeps on continuing because also because of your teammate, right? You don't want to rage quit the race because of that, but it's good to show some sportsmanship, so to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep on pushing and try to get the best out of it.
Yeah, you're always there's always the experience you're gaining, right? Let's take a look at this, because
Yeah, I agree.
Always the experience you're gaining.
Dormant attacking Verbeuren. Well defended by Verbeuren, BMW. Is he gonna do a dummy? It's not possible.
We would do a good job just keeping the pressure on and waiting for the opportunity to go forward.
Yeah, that's quite often happening in GT racing. It's really difficult to overtake because of the BOP. Most cars are really equal to each other in terms of lap times. So it's really difficult to find the exact moment to dive your opponent and to overtake somebody. Which is a really nice thing because you can have close racing. On the other hand, from an overtaking perspective, it's really difficult sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I think the battle between the McLaren and the Porsche early in the race was a big case in that, big evidence in that, where one car is probably quicker if the other wouldn't be there, but just overtaking is it's one thing to be close to one another, but to actually overtake is also it's another thing, of course.
I think it was the slogan of Jos Verstappen in the past. Overtaking is an art, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think he got that that motto when he was overtaking or driving the arrows back in the early 2000s, I believe, or
yeah.
I think early 2000s indeed. And it was really quick in the first few laps. He overtook quite a lot of people at the start. It was kind of his characteristic every race. So
yeah, I can remember a race in Brazil. I think it was in 2000 with the arrows.
Was it the arrows or was it the Minardi?
Yeah, I think 2000 he was in the Minardi. 2001 he was in the arrows, probably.
I think so, because with the Minardi, I think he, well, could have won it in the end because he was fighting Fisichella,
Yeah.
I remember, and it was actually Raikkonen who got the win because it was red flagged
Oh
by
yeah.
then.
You
But
know
they had to go.
that's
They had to go
actually
back one lap, right?
2003.
So it was really awkward. Raikkonen had to give back the trophy in the
Yeah.
next race.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks later. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think,
but he
I
could have
know
won that. That
that
was
team.
it was that famous parking lot in I think it was corner 3 or something, with like 6, 7 cars who were lined up over there who crashed out because of the rain. And
Yeah, didn't Mark Webber crash out? I think he was driving in a Jaguar.
I think so. Yeah, I think he crashed, and then it was Alonso who drove
Oh yeah,
over one of his wheels, who
bloody
came
hell.
loose from his car. I think that was it was that race.
Yeah, and I think that was 2003 actually.
It was a bit later, maybe. Yeah, could be.
Did you see that they quit?
Yeah, really weird. I don't know what happened over there.
So actually, we had 37 cars before the pit stops, and now we have 32 teams. So looks like
Yes,
some
so
people,
total of 6 gave up. Oh, well, actually 5, but
yeah, yeah, it's a shame.
it's a shame. Yeah. You know why it's also a shame? I mean, there's a lot of people who would like to possibly compete in this series, and maybe not. This is not the series which is the best example, but you have series where people need to qualify for well, entering the series, and if you quit after, let's say, one round, one race, or well, within the race, it's pretty nasty for these people who didn't qualify and who really wanted to be in this competition.
Yeah, yeah,
I think
I
I
agree.
think this is not a good example. They didn't have a qualifying for this one, right?
No, they did. No, that's for us. That's oh, look at that. Oh, that's
No, that you
definitely a
can't
drive
do.
one.
I think that was a bit too
Definitely a
optimistic.
drive one. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's not something that we have a lot. That you don't usually have to qualify for our events. But yeah, look at this. This is. I don't think he really had a lot of options anymore because he was just basically way too late with braking. So the Bond rightly closed the gap.
Yeah, what also I think happened is when he saw he couldn't make it, he kept his brake uh, full. And what happens over there is that your wheels will lock up then, because you're keeping full braking power. What you actually should do is you should lift off the brake a bit. But I think he was just way too late for our Raad in that move.
Yeah.
There was no time for that anymore.
He did manage to overtake in the end, but now
Yeah.
he probably has to make sure that he makes a 5 or even 10-second gap, because he might get get a penalty after the race, and that's a bit of drifting.
Yeah, definitely. I think if it gets reported, it will definitely be rewarded. Or I wouldn't call it rewarded, but you will definitely get a penalty of 10 seconds for such infringement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to say he's catching up to Pellegrino.
I really like this look.
It's cool, right? The red and black.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's also some gradient in it towards the rear. Spent a fair amount of time on it, I would guess.
Oh, by the way, Tim, do you have you or are you going to sign up for our 24-hour race?
Maybe yes. I mean, I think more people need to sign up. I think I will join the team of DC-Sim Racing again after the race on Kailami, which I really enjoyed, by the way, last weekend. I'm definitely in for some more 24 hours. It was my first one, and I had to drive together with Chris in the night shifts. It was really a really good experience. Great fun. We started 30th and ended up, if I'm not mistaken, P14.
Okay.
and that wasn't too bad because in the front there were really rapid guys, and we were not able to catch up. If I, let's just personally speak, I would not have made a mistake and caused a stop and go 30. I think we might have won one more position, but yeah, it was a really cool event. But the 24 hours in Watkins Glen later this year, I think it's the 27th of November. People really need to sign up for it.
Yeah.
Gonna be a great collaboration between DC Sim Racing and SRB,
Yep.
our Belgian friends. And yeah, if you want to sign up, go to the SimGrid. Look after the DC Sim Racing community. Sign up for the DC Sim Racing community, like it, and start signing up with a team for at least 3 people and
Yeah.
max of 6 people.
Yeah.
So I think I did my advertisement really good right now.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Couldn't have said it better myself. It's a minimum of 3 and a maximum of 6. I signed up a team myself today.
Nice.
Yeah.
With whom are you driving?
I'm driving with Henk Goossens.
Yeah.
And the other guy, yeah, Mark Figueras is also a DC member. And I have 2 guys that are not DC members, but yeah, I've driven them in the. With one, I've driven in the past on iRacing. I did a 4-hour race in Nordschleife. And a colleague of mine at the project I'm currently working on, who has a lot of. He's probably the quickest of the 5 of us. So yeah, curious to see how we will do.
I can recommend to sign up, guys. It's really cool to drive a 24-hour. I mean, these kind of races are really cool as well. No doubt about that. But 24 hours where you need to have full consistency for 24 hours long. It's not about the fastest ride. It's you need to be consistent every single lap and make sure you have some average pace, which you can drive every single lap. I think then you will, well, come close to higher positions. And Watkins Glen, I think it's also a track with some track limits in it, so it might as well not be really clever to drive a bit too quick into some corners when you catch a track limit and well, eventually drive through after 4 track limits.
Yeah, exactly. And that's definitely going to. I mean, it's such an epic track, Watkins Glen, and that's especially why we chose it. I mean, of course, we could have gone for Spa, but yeah, that's of course an awesome track. But yeah, it's a bit of a 24-hour cliche, of course. So
I agree.
Watkins is really yeah, it's just as epic and. Yeah, something else, I think.
Yeah, but it has a superb flow as well. I mean, the flow of Watkins Glen is really fluent. Well, maybe 2 corners in the last sector which are uphill. I would say those are a bit tricky, a bit slow, but all the rest of the track, I think it's really fluent. It's a bit of a, it's really quick. Corners, the corners are following each other really quickly. Well, I enjoy driving it, so it's cool that they have the track in ACC.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we're nearing the end of the race, by the way.
Yeah, just
last 5 minutes started.
Yeah, and I posted the link to the 24-hour event, so if you haven't,
Nice.
Definitely sign up for that. And I'm considering putting up a second team. So my company sort of sponsoring. So just if I'm not. I mean, it's just €5. So yeah, what's €5? We have.
Yeah, but it's also a good
expensive
thing, right?
drinks
It's for
and,
it's for a charity. It's for
Exactly.
Make a Wish, I think it was.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's I'm not entirely sure what it's about, but it's for a charity. So all the donations will be well donated to the charity, and you will help a lot of people with it. I guess. €5 is minimum you need to donate for getting a position on the grid. But you can donate as much as you want, of course. Probably during the race, there's gonna be a live stream as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, and I reckon that also during the race you can still donate, probably.
Yep, yep.
Nice.
Gonna keep track of that live. So yeah, it's gonna be really awesome.
That's awesome indeed. Isn't Make-A-Wish
Yes.
for kids?
Yeah, they sort of grant the wishes for critically ill kids. So
Yeah,
yeah, really.
it's a really nice charity then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oeh, Vrouwenraad is close with P19. Oh, Vrouwenraad en Verbeuren.
Let's see if they can make this move.
Yeah, he
Good.
seems to be quicker. Yeah. Ooh, right beside. No, no, no. Oh, 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 oh.
So that's again Vrouwenraads.
He's on a roll.
Yeah, yeah,
And not on a positive one.
yeah, exactly. But I mean, yeah, I think he had his moment with the Bolt, and he hasn't been able to pull away from him. So
Oh.
if he does get a 5-second penalty, then yeah,
I don't think it will be a 5. I think it will be a 10 because it was quite a. Well, I don't want to call it a big incident, but it was quite very optimistic to dive him.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely. And I'm not sure right now if it's his second offense. Yeah, that could even be a harsher penalty. So who knows?
Will probably also be investigated after the race, but
Yeah. Yeah. So for this event, we don't have live streaming, so everything will be after the race. But yeah, I expect there to be some reports once again.
I think this is the last lap of Bini, right? Isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
1:17 to go. Yes, it is. No, maybe. Yeah, yeah. LC would drive a world record, I believe. So
Yeah.
I guess this is gonna be his last one.
Yeah, the starting.
Which has been a fabulous race for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not in danger at all for P1. Really control the race from start to finish. And P2 is still in danger for Glitch Motorsport, by the way. That we'll see after Bini has finished the race.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a bit of fighting there. Yeah, at least they're within
But they are.
half a second.
Yep, 3/10 of a second, I believe it is.
Yeah.
But, well, great win by Bini and Degano, I would say. So
Absolutely.
amazing.
Great
Congrats to them.
Switch over to the Marchi here.
Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? He
Last
closes the gap nicely.
Nicely defended. Very good.
Yeah, well defended indeed. Yeah, there's no chance over here. A good race by them as well.
Absolutely.
I think you mentioned Marky came from 5th, so that's good
Yeah.
achievement from those guys as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so these guys started in second and they fell back to fourth. So
Yeah.
not sure what happened there. But also Sodato finished. And we
Yeah.
have Yannick. I think that's
Yeah.
there.
They started, I believe, in P9 or P10, if I'm not mistaken. Yannick and
P7, yeah.
Oh, nice slide. And he parked it into the gravel.
But these guys actually started in P27, finished 7th.
That's the Dolgo Piatov car.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice job. I think they're also the leaders of the championship, right? RGT Esports. I think they are. Let me look that up.
Car. Yeah, sure.
I think they are. Standings on SimGrid. RGT Esports. P20 of P21 car number 21. Yeah, they are. They won race 1.
Ah, okay. So again, yeah, pretty good points.
Definitely.
And yeah, they're gonna need that against a 117 car. So
Yeah.
Menno coming over the finish line.
Not too bad either. They had
Yeah.
some difficulties during the race.
Started P11, so
Yeah,
good
but
job.
also Christoph Semijn, he had some troubles in the middle of the race, I
Yeah.
believe, where he got turned around. So, nice comeback.
Yeah, it's a good job. So that's everyone over the finish line then.
It was a great one.
Yeah,
Cool
it
race.
was a good race, and yeah, just really good to have you in the commentary team. So I think it worked pretty well.
Thanks for that.
Yeah, hopefully have you we'll have you around in the next one as well, or however your schedule allows you to. So
No, it was great to sit in the commentary box next to you, well, virtually. So it was really it's a new experience for me to do some broadcasting, but I really enjoyed it, and we'll definitely well let you guys hear my voice a bit more towards the future.
perfect, awesome. Okay, we're gonna close it off then. Thanks for watching, and oh yeah, like, subscribe, and all that noise. Thanks.
Yeah, exactly.